minutes.
This is my audience. I have them all. Thank you.
Gotta get my dinner out of the oven.
My sister was in elementary school and I was 13. My sister's school held an Oktoberfest with games, booths for food, and a horse-drawn carriage ride. This is where the story begins. There was an elderly man by the name of Mickey. He was a good old country boy with a cowboy hat, a cheek full of chewing tobacco, and 2 Belgian horses, and I absolutely fell in love. It came out that he needed help on the farm and I needed something to do during the summer, so that next weekend I started helping him on his farm. Working on the farm taught me a lot about life. It taught me about responsibility and how to work hard. It let me work with animals on a daily basis, which only intensified my love for them, especially horses. Working on the farm during summer breaks taught me a lot about hard work. I had to be up at 5:30 to work at 6:30. My dad would drop me off before he went to work, and he'd pick me up again at 6 o'clock at night. So I had long days in the heat and the dirt, and I loved every minute of it. I was so sad when I had to leave at night, and had absolutely no problem waking up in the morning, even though I value my sleep. I assisted him when he did hay rides and petting zoos, for parties and other events. Loading up horses into a trailer was not an easy task. Some of them were quite stubborn. His lead carriage horse, Dan, would make me chase him around for a few minutes until he would go to the trailer, load himself up, acted like he knew what he was doing the entire time. When Mickey got new horses in, it was my responsibility to train them on how to take a saddle and how to take the reins, and also how to take a rider. I had to shoe the horses and make sure they didn't have infections in their hooves. For 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, sometimes even on the weekends, I was working hard and I missed every moment of it. Working on being a farm also taught me a lot about responsibility. For the first time, I had to take responsibility for something other than myself, and it taught me how not to be selfish. A few of my responsibilities were make sure all the animals had clean water and full food troughs. There were a lot of animals: 20 goats, 10 bunnies, 15 pot-bellied pigs, 2 llamas, 30 chickens, 75 cattle, 50 horses, and a camel named Fred who loved vanilla wafers. If I didn't show up every day with a box of vanilla wafers, he would throw a bunch of ruckus and throw his own version of a timber tantrum. I also had to muck out their pens, which was a lot of poop scooping. Not the best smelling job, but any time I got to spend near the animals was okay with me. I also had to keep the barn organized and the equipment in good shape. You can't pull a bunch of kids on a hayride and have the harnesses break. It's just not good for business. Once I even got to help with the birthing of a foal, which was an incredible thing to experience. To see a foal get up and use its legs for the first time and see the wonderment of new life is such a humbling experience. I'll never forget that day. Being around animals, especially horses, was the best part of working on the farm. I love animals and I couldn't imagine my life without them in it. When I got to ride on a horse, it was as if the entire world was right again. It's such a peaceful and powerful feeling. Knowing that you can control the 1,500-pound animal was a tremendous feeling. Horses don't let just anyone ride them. They have a way of knowing who you are and knowing your spirit. If they can't trust you to lead them correctly, they won't let you lead, and they will take control. This is also true with other animals. They have a unique way of knowing who you are and what you're all about. Frank Levinson, a professional horseman with over 40 years of experience, once said in an interview, "A horse will become very fearful if he's with someone who's aggressive, noisy, disrespectful, or too controlling. On the other hand, if the person makes requests rather than demands, the horse will begin to cooperate. He is always looking for a leader." Working with animals on a daily basis really helped me define who I am. It helped shape me into the person that I am today. It helped me to be comfortable in my own skin at an age when not a lot of kids get that. Holly Nash, a doctor of veterinary medicine, said this about animals: "Pets can greatly influence how we feel about ourselves and life in general. They are teachers and healers of extraordinary talent." For me, working on the farm was never a job. It was an opportunity and an experience I hope to achieve again someday. I was never paid for my help with Mickey, and to be honest, I was okay with that. My pay came in the form of unlimited access of riding a horse anytime I wanted, day or night, weekday or weekend. As long as my main chores were done, I was free to do and ride for as long as I wanted. Running with horses is one of the best feelings in the world. The wind in your hair and the horse underneath you. It was magical. I miss those days and that farm. I hope one day I can get back to on the farm, and who knows, maybe I might learn a few things about myself that I didn't already know. The end. And my audience, still there.